Spider-Man, don't get excited, it's from 1977. Yeah, this is 1977 Spider-Man. It lasts 1 hour 30 minutes and it's trash. Give us a tagline. The world's favourite adventure superhero in live action. How catchy. So this was a TV pilot, really. It was separated into 2 or 3 episodes and shown on TV in that format. To be honest, I'd rather watch it in a winner and get it over with than drag it out over 3 or 4 weeks.
That would be awful, wouldn't it?
So 1970s New York, the movie opens, we see a doctor finish up with his patient. Actually, he doesn't finish up. That's right, he's just with his patient, and then he mysteriously looks at his watch and just leaves the office. Yeah, and he goes and robs a bank. Yeah. But he's got an accomplice, because we see a lawyer in court just abandoning their posts as well and heading out to be the getaway driver. What's going on? But they get away with the money and they just drive straight into a brick wall. Are they dead? I don't know. I mean, they do drive into a brick wall. Yeah, at like 3 miles an hour. It is pretty slow. It's incredibly slow. Anyway, they're either dead or unconscious, and these two hoods come along and take the money, take little tin badges off the 2 doddies. And then we're introduced to Peter Parker. Yeah, he's about 30. And he's in Jonah Jameson's office. J. Jonah Jameson. Yes, I said. He's in JJ's office, let's just say that. Robbie, another newspaper editor, comes into the office and says, turn on your TV. Doctor and a lawyer both went crazy and robbed a bank. Yeah. And they turn on the TV, and luckily the report is just about to start. I don't know how Roddy knew that.
He could see into the future.
But the news report tells us that there is a mysterious figure who is controlling the minds of certain people in New York. Yeah, he wants $50 million, $50 million, or he'll make these people kill themselves. Yeah, it's like 8 people, something like that. I mean, it's devious and it's cruel. That it's not the most evil plan. Most villains in these things are like going to take over New York or take over the entire world or the entire galaxy. This guy's just like, I'll kill 8 people. If you see them, they're all like at least 65, usually about 75. They've had a good innings, right? Enough of that. After this, we cut to Peter in a lab. Yeah, he's like a college student, I guess so. But he and his accomplice are working with radiation. This airtight chamber, somehow a spider gets inside it. I don't know how, I don't know why. That spider gets in it, and then the spider comes out, and it's all like glowing and stuff. And then it obviously bites Peter. As Peter's walking home, there's another car out of control. It starts heading towards him. Yeah, it's like the driver's being mind controlled. There must be another rudder. I think that's the case. It's someone else who's robbed a bank, and they're driving straight towards Peter. Yeah, incredibly slowly, and he's got like 1,000 chances to get out of the way. That he doesn't. He just stays right in front of it until he's down an alley with nowhere to go. That's but suddenly he finds himself climbing up a brick wall. What's going on? So he sees everything. He sees bad guys taking the money and the pin badges, and then he's back on the ground being questioned by a detective. Yeah, this is Captain Dardera, and Captain Dardera's like, what did you see? Are you involved in this? Yeah, he's instantly suspicious. Anyway, Peter goes home, and that night he has crazy dreams. Yeah, basically the crazy dreams are like the last 20 minutes of the movie. Yes, it's kind of like a flashback of everything we've just seen. But anyway, he wakes up fully clothed. It's light outside, and he decides, I'm going to go outside and start climbing on the roof of my house. Yeah, so that's what he does. He's crazy. And these special effects, nah, not alive. This is the same year as Star Wars. Yeah, it doesn't have the budget of Star Wars still. This is dire. Peter decides to go around the city on the roofs and the walls. Yeah, and while he's hanging onto the side of the wall, he sees a guy snatch a purse.
Hey you! Hold it! Hold it!
The newspapers hear of this. Jonah wants to know who this Spider-Man is because they don't know it's actually Peter. Peter, JJ and Robbie are in the office and JJ's saying, well, I want pictures of this Spider-Man. And then Peter starts laying out all the sitter tires. He's like, he's got sitter strength, he's sitter fast, he's acrobatic, he can climb the walls, he can stand the leads. How would he know this unless he's the Spider-Man? You're giving yourself away, Nate. And also, how's all that hair fitting under a Spider-Man mask? So after this, Peter goes home and makes a suit. He is delighted with it. He's quite the seamstress. Yeah, he is incredibly happy with this suit he's made. And then he goes to an alleyway in his normal clothes and has a photo shoot as Spider-Man. He sets up his camera to take photos of himself as Spider-Man. Yeah, and he takes so long to get ready. After this, we're treated to footage of yet another slow wall crash at... Yes? What is happening to your hair? Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. A Tronanant. Is he a scientist or something? Something like that. Anyway, his daughter is on the scene. Judy. Yeah. So she gets talking to Peter, and Peter's like, oh, what happened here? And Judy's like, I don't know what happened here. And Peter's like, I don't know what happened here. And Detective Dardera's like, I don't know what... Right, okay. No one knows what's happened. The father's taken to the hospital. Peter accompanies Judy to the hospital. For some reason. They're besties now. I guess they are besties. But they leave pretty much as soon as they see the father is comfortable in hospital and being looked after. So as soon as they leave, another guy comes in. Yeah, I don't know how they didn't see him go in. And he's like the most odious gangster you've ever seen. He's clearly a bad guy. He goes in and he takes a little tin badge. He puts a little lapel badge near the patient's bed. So, because these pin badges obviously are secret radio transmitters. Yeah, they're like hypnotising these people through 9 control. I mean, that's not a surprise. That's what the Master 9 criminal said at the start he's going to do. He's going to do it to 8 people. In a city of 8.5 million people. The patient, Judy's father, he goes to the hospital window and he's getting ready to jump. Judy and Peter are still outside. They look up and they're like, oh my goodness. Luckily, the father sits there for absolutely ages before he decides to jump. He gives Peter plenty of time to say to Judy, excuse me. He runs off. So everyone sees this, the cops see it, Judy is so thankful, Peter comes back and Judy's like, oh, we missed it all, Spider-Man was here. Later on, we see Peter in JJ's office. During the day's events, his camera film has been ruined, so the photos are useless. What a waste of time. Yeah, but he really needs $42 because he's got a package that he's picked up from the post office, but it's costing $42 and he doesn't have $42. So he keeps saying to Jonah, just give me $42, but Jonah won't pay. Why should he? Yeah. So he voices his upset and dismay to Judy, and Judy says, I'll give you the $42. It's the least I can do after all you've done for us. Yeah. Nothing. He's done nothing. He came to the hospital with you, and as far as you know, that's all. Yeah, that's true actually. As far as she knows, he's just been a nosy reporter tagging along for a story or some photos. She doesn't know he's Spider-Man. He climbed in the window and saved their father's wife. Peter and Judy learn that Judy's father was going to a self-help group along with many other prominent figures in the city. 8. Yeah, it's run by a man named Byron, and Byron is basically controlling everyone's minds through his power of suggestion and through the little pin badges he makes them all wear. So Peter and Judy go along. Byron says, you're not ready for this group. Get out of here, kids. Yeah, then later they see Peter back at home, and he's got his package from the post office, and he uses it to build a web shooter. Yes, he does. So what did he order? Web? I don't know what he ordered, but whatever it is, it helped him make this first web shooter. Yeah, so we see it's higher lead. It's just a thick piece of rope. It does look like rope. It is, but I guess it is. So we have a few scenes of him testing out his web rope. Okay. And It's very 70s, it's very rubbish. Another thing that happens in this movie inexplicably is that Spider-Man Peter Parker just has random sneezing fits for no reason at all. He says it's allergies, that there's nothing that sets it off. They just like happen randomly. But anyway, Spider-Man climbs to the top of the building where Byron conducts his experiments, holds his workshops. Yeah, and he has a sneezing fit, and he's got this little tracker, right, that could help him find Byron and all that. That he drops it and drakes it on the roof. And just leaves it lying. Take out your litter, Nate. Keep New York City clean. That's 9 Otto. Is it? Anyway, Byron's latest group ends. Everyone leaves with their pin badges and their mind control. Spider-Man sneaks into the building where he immediately meets ninjas. Yet, for no reason at all, there are some ninjas guarding the top floor of this building. So you get a little fight scene. Yeah, ninjas versus Spider-Man sounds like it should be an amazing fight. It's not. It's like, have you seen any Steven Seagal movies from the last 5-10 years? It's like that fighting. It's pretty slow. I don't know if it's that bad. well, nothing's actually that bad. That it's slow and it's dull. And it's really bad. And Spider-Man just runs off. He gets in his rot and flees. Now later on, Peter meets Byron. And he says, actually, you might be a valuable member to the group. Come on in. Speaks to him. They have a little discussion. Byron gives him a pin badge and sends him on his merry way. And then Peter hears a voice later on in the day. And it's Byron's voice telling him in hypnotic tones or whatever to touch your badge. Yeah, and Peter touches everywhere except the badge, then eventually touches it. So clumsy. Yeah, and the voice tells him, on Friday, go to the top of the Empire State Building and jump off. And the next thing you know, Spider-Man's back on the roof of this building, and the ninjas are waiting. They're waiting behind pillars and chimneys and things. Yeah, how long were they waiting there? Since yesterday? I don't know, but they're waiting there and they jump out and try to fight Spider-Man. But once again, Spider-Man tries to run off on his rope. Yeah. But the ninjas are prepared this time. They have a flamethrower and they burn his web. This movie's amazing. So that amazing. Makes it down to street level, but he's hurt his arm. He's weak, he's injured, he's wounded, and he tries to get into the back of a taxi.
Well, I'm not taking no Spider-Man to that part of town.
What part of town? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Spider-Man hitches a lift on the back of a garbage lorry. On the roof of a garbage lorry, actually. Later, we see Peter in the lab. His arm's in a sling, and don't forget that. Yeah, his arm's in a sling. He figures out that people are being hypnotised through microwaves in the air. Sure. So he calls Detective Barbera and says, listen, I know what's going on. Barbera says, come to the station and explain it to me. Yes, he does. And he just takes his sling off on the way out the door. There's obviously nothing wrong with his arm. I guess not. But it's Friday, and his pin badge, along with everyone else's, is activated. So instead of going to the station, he hypnotically goes to the Empire State Building. Yet. And you see all these other people going to different places. And Judy has got a badge now. And she is going down to the subway. She's going to jump in front of the train. Now Byron has arranged for his ransom money to be delivered to a seaplane. Yeah, so he watches through binoculars because his goons are collecting the money. But then his goons are instantly arrested. The police don't care about these 8 people. I guess, because Byron is livid and he presses a button to put his plan into action to tell everyone to jump or whatever to their deaths. Although, to be fair, the plan will take ages. It's not a case of just pressing one button and everyone jumps. No, he has to go into his computer, type in the name of the person, full name, and then make them jump that way. Individually, so it'll take ages. So he starts with Peter Parker for some reason.
Oh, that's lucky.
He types in Peter Parker, destroy. And Peter Parker's at the top of the Empire State Building. Even though he's already been told to jump, he's waiting for the order to destroy. and he's about to jump. But then his tin badge gets caught on a railing of the Empire State Building, falls off, and Peter Parker's like, oh, where am I? Oh, I don't believe it. He's free from his trance. So he quickly rushes off, changes into Spider-Man, goes to the roof of the building, and shoots down the satellite that's controlling everyone's mind. Yeah, whew, just in time. Well, you had plenty of time. All victims are free from the trance. The hypnotic aura is gone from them. Spider-Man goes inside the building, where he meets the ninjas again. Yeah, but guess what? Now, their badges are also broken, so they're all friends now. Yeah, Spider-Man crawls along the ceiling with a big gap in the ceiling helping him. Well, never mind that. But Spider-Man crawls along, they all become great mates, and they get... they take selfies. But Spider-Man finds Byron in his lab, and he confronts him, but he doesn't need to confront him much, because the microwaves, when Spider-Man shot down the satellite, the microwaves were reversed, and now Byron is in a trance, just waiting for someone to give him orders. Yeah, so Spider-Man says, go down to the station, hand yourself in, tell them everything you've done. You're going to jail. Next, we cut to outside the police station. Peter's there, Judy's there, J. Jonah Jameson's there, Detective Barbera is there. J. Jonah Jameson says, why is he there? I don't know why he's outside the police station at this time, but he says, well, I'm glad Byron's stopped, but we'll make sure it's the cops that get the credit, not that web-swinging freak. Quite right. And Peter chooses that moment to give JJ some pictures of Spider-Man posing with the ninjas. And so JJ won't have a choice but to publish these candid photos. But JJ looks at the photos and he says, unbelievable. How are you the only one who can get these great photos of Spider-Man? And Peter replies,
Simple. I believe.
what? And that's the end. Credits roll, and we'll see you in the next Spider adventure, I guess. That was terrible. I remember seeing this as a kid on BBC Two, and I'm pretty sure it was split up into parts when I saw it. It's terrible. And did you like it? I loved it as a kid. I thought it was great, really. Yeah, I knew it wasn't like, the best thing they could do with Spider-Man, but it's the worst. It's not the worst. It's just not great. It's total rubbish. Right, okay. Well, hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. It helps us out. I believe.